Yay.
Watercooler. Watercooler. Watercooler.
Hello and welcome to Watercooler, episode 292. Also known as 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 69 plus 16.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. You know how the show goes. All right, Chris locks him on a kick it with my Corolla Digital Buds, Philly style. With me today, Gary Smith's here.
Yay.
Yeah. I don't even think I have that loaded up.
Oh, it's all good. I got you. Yay.
Thank you. Matt Fondelier's here.
Hey, brother.
And Mike Dawson.
Yep.
Kalen Bean is not here.
No energy, Kalen.
Huh?
No energy, Kalen.
No energy. Yeah, we're just going to assume that's just no energy, Kalen.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, the show must go on. So we got the C4 today, baby.
A lot of paper in
Does
front
the
of you.
show need to involve
Yeah.
crinkling paper into the microphone?
You're going to read a book as well?
Can you guys can hear that?
Oh, it was loud.
Yeah, Adam's space station here is just there's no room for anything. I can't. Yeah, the guy's piling up here. He needs to. We're gonna have to clean this up a little bit. See what really sparks your joy.
Or maybe a lot of it before we get onto video camera.
What?
I'm just joking. It's all messed up.
Oh yeah, it's everywhere.
It's a mess.
There's
It's
a lot
crazy.
going on right
Chaos.
now.
Controlled chaos.
It's controlled, barely hanging on by a thread. We got Shea Fondelay today. I could talk about some Shea Raleigh. I was just in Raleigh, North Carolina. Thanks to all the Bobo Boys who came to the show. Lotto Bobo Boys in Raleigh.
I see you met Joe Giacchino.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
met Joe Giacchino in
Was there
person.
like a Bobo Boy hangout?
It felt like it.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we got a market out there, guys.
Really?
We got a nice niche.
What was it that identified them as
Nietzsche.
Bobo Boys?
Niche.
Or girls?
It'd be the barking.
Yeah, they barked.
Oh,
at
they
me.
barked.
It'd be
Yes,
largely
yes.
the barking.
It's so funny because I go there for the Corolla show, so my brain is fully Adam Carolla. I'm producing his podcast. I got to get all the bits ready. Got to make sure. Got to figure out what we're doing, what games we're playing. Got to all the blogs and all that stuff for blah blah blah. Guess. And then while I'm doing all that and teching it out because every club's different and how we're going to tech everything, someone just barks at me and I get caught off guard.
Sure.
I'm like, why did that person just bark at me?
You forgot your own decree.
Yeah, well, when I'm not expecting it, which makes it even better. That's how other people who don't really know, that's how they figure it out. Dawson, you okay, man?
Do you have to buy them a beer if they bark at you? Is that the deal?
Oh no, only at the shows like that I announce I will.
Okay,
Because
okay.
if I had to do that there,
Yeah,
I would
you'd get fucked.
dude. We'd tap a few kegs.
Right.
Yeah, it got.
So what you're saying
it
is
got gnar with the barks.
your offer to buy beer has an expiration date, because we've never previously stated that. I always assumed that if people barked at you, I mean, I knew it was a huge financial loss for you, but you're now
Yeah.
saying, oh, it's only for those shows that
For
I said I
water
would.
for water cooler shows, or
Okay.
if they come out to like a live show,
Right,
for
right.
like a concert or something like
Cool.
that. But yeah, I mean, God, that
I'm
an
just
Adam
glad to get
Carolla
it
show,
cleared
can you
up.
imagine?
Yeah.
That's so much beer. I'd be liable if something bad happened.
Now, Dawson's was, if you bark at me, you have to buy him a beer. Is that correct?
Yes, that still stands.
That stands
does
everywhere.
that
That's
have an
still a
expiration
rule.
date?
That has no
Yeah.
expiration.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
at any time.
Yeah, Adam Carolla
Cool.
show,
Exactly.
Mike Dawson's fucking Kills show, Thanksgiving dinner, whatever. Like if
Sure.
you bark at Mike, you got to buy him a drink.
If a dog barks
I
at
was
me,
just
going
going
to
to ask,
beer.
does it apply
Yes.
to an actual
Yeah.
dog? Sometimes
Yes.
the bars have patios, you know?
Yeah, and Dawson's
Oh,
like the
nice.
mob. If you bark at him, you don't buy him a beer, he visits your house again like 2 weeks later. He's like,
Yep.
add 2 extra points to that beer.
Dang.
Then he
Yeah.
starts saying stuff like, "It sure is nice here.
Yeah,
I hope it stays nice."
yeah. He's doing that all the
I
time.
usually make
too.
comments about the family. I got a lovely
It's
family.
a beautiful.
Be ashamed if something
Oh,
happened
these
to
poor
him.
pups. Yeah. A lot of missing dogs.
Chris, you were commenting about the liability if you were providing that much alcohol to people, and I agree,
Sure.
you would be in trouble. I saw a headline today. I haven't looked further into the story, but the
It's okay. I don't care about headlines.
The Supreme Court in Mexico has ruled that if you sell gas, you can be liable for someone else's DUI.
That's insane.
Right?
Wow.
It's nutty. It'll probably get struck down, but that is currently what they have ruled.
That's in Mexico?
I believe so. Again, I read this headline and then didn't read any more about it and didn't think, hey, I'll probably bring this up on a podcast people actually listen to. Mm-hmm. But now I'm doing that.
Well,
Thanks, Gary.
So here we are.
I spent a lot of time in Mexico many, many years ago.
Matt Newsnook.
And I'm just saying, people drink and drive Mexico all the time. People everywhere
Wow, Matt.
have cans of beer open while they're driving around. That was constant. All the times I went out to dinner with friends over there, everyone's like, yep, this is what you do here. And if you get pulled over, you just literally hand the police officer like a $5 bill and you're good to go.
I think you're saying
I thought you were going to say the beer. I was like, yes, that's awesome.
Again, this is like a
There's a White
decade
Claw
ago. This
officer.
was a decade ago. But I'm just saying, those are the rules we played by. And I was witness. I sat in the back seat drinking a beer while the driver was drinking a beer, and we got pulled over, and they handed him some undisclosed amount of money,
right.
and we were let go. And it was absolutely terrifying, the whole experience.
Regardless,
was it a fiver? I mean,
I
disclose the
honestly,
amount.
at that point, I was so
Wasted.
struck with fear. No, well, that too probably, but it was scary. You don't want to be pulled over in Mexico.
You don't.
No.
It's scary.
Yeah,
I've seen
I
those
was
jails.
with a bunch of Mexican people, so
Yeah.
it was fine.
No,
Yeah.
not fun.
whether here in the U.S. or Mexico, it doesn't matter. I'm too terrified to bribe a cop.
Yeah, oh, me too.
I'd love to do it. I'm sure I've had opportunities to do it, but the fact I'm just so scared if I try to bribe a cop and they go, "Are you trying to bribe me?" That question, and then I'm effed after that. Where do I go after that? So and then in Mexico, where I mean the rules are a little more
lax
lenient.
semana?
Yeah, a little more lenient out there. So a little more soft. So,
Sure.
I'm nervous, so I don't want to put myself. I just stay under the radar. That's why I drive a Prius. That's why I drove a minivan. I like to just not exist.
Sure.
To cops. So whether I don't want to be helpful and I don't want to be, I don't want to make attention to me in either way. So that is my goal. Yeah. So especially with Mexican cops. Whew. The stories I've heard.
Get on this topic.
Bribing cops. Oh, Gary's freaking headline.
Oh, that's what it was. The headline. You silly bastard, you.
But anyway, Raleigh, love you guys. Thank you again so much. North Carolina. I had no idea.
There's got to be a place there that serves chicken strips and calls them Raleigh fingers.
I'm sure.
That's
Right?
good. Yep.
Okay.
Raleigh fingers.
Chris doesn't get it.
Raleigh fingers.
He,
Nope.
doesn't, he has no idea. All right.
Minor league baseball player.
Major
league baseball player.
Yeah. Greatest mustache. in
Raleigh
Major League
fingers.
Baseball.
Raleigh fingers.
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why I don't know who Raleigh fingers is.
Well, there's probably a pretty good reason. I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
he did
he
anything that
wasn't
notable.
playing when you were alive.
Doesn't matter. I should still know who he is. It bothers me.
Yeah, you should. Raleigh fingers.
Chris, I'm surprised you made it to Raleigh.
Yeah.
Fingers.
Did
No.
you have any harrowing travel experiences?
Well, Gary, yes, I did. Yeah, dude. So what happened was Adam Carolla famously likes to cut it close when he's traveling because he doesn't want a lot of downtime when he lands. So he likes to just land and go straight to the venue, which is great for
Him.
August, great for him. For the person who has to set up, which now since he travels with such a skeleton crew, I'm the skeleton
I
of
know
this
that
crew.
skinny.
I have to not only am I producing the show, but I'm also the tech. I'm the sound guy. I'm the whatever. I have
You're
to handle
busy,
the
we
Zoom.
get it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'd like to get there a little bit earlier now. And the way we were going to land, Adam's flight left at like 9:50 or something like that, 9:30, and he landed in Raleigh around 5:30. I think he was scheduled to. And then the venue is another 30-something minutes away from the airport. And if I went, I would have had to check bags. And the show starts at 7:30. It would have been too crazy. Too crazy. So I flew out the night before. Well, I was supposed to. So Matt, our travel agent here at Curl Digital,
Hey, what's up?
he booked me a flight, a red eye, leaving at 10:10 p.m. out of LAX, and I would land in Raleigh at 6 a.m. And I thought, okay, I can
Just
do
in
that.
time to chug a beer and hit the bars. Am I right, guys?
Exactly.
Come
Bars
on.
are open. So that was the plan, and I get into the Uber to head over to LAX. Now, typically, LAX is about 30 minutes from my house. I don't mean to dox myself, but that's about the time it takes.
You and I
Yeah.
discussed what time you had to leave for the airport that,
We were looking
that
good.
afternoon.
Yeah, we were looking good. So I was gonna leave. I was like, okay, I just have to get there an hour before, like an hour-ish before departure.
You were going to leave the crib by 8.
Yeah, get
Yeah.
there at 8:30. Check in. I have a few bags to check in.
Plenty of time, get that pre-flight beer.
Yeah, I was excited. I
We
didn't
all
even
know that's a good one.
Didn't even eat dinner. I'm like, I'll see you at the airport. Whatever. I'm all good. And so I get in the Uber and I get the oldest lady.
Uh-oh.
In this Uber. So old. So old.
Respect all women.
But man, and she
Now,
adhered.
Chris, when we're saying old, what 10-year age range would you guess? 70s?
What
80s?
decade was she born in?
I would say she was in her 60s, maybe 70s,
Okay.
right? And the whole time,
There's range when you get to that, though. Like,
Sure.
there are a lot. There's a lot of range, and
she had the old lady voice. Like she sounded like an old lady.
Okay.
And she had her phone holder, because all the Ubers have their cell phone holder. It was where her like cup holder was. And every time she would get an alert for a new trip or a message, she would have to look down, like straight down and not at the road, to the point where she's like braking fully to look down in the middle of like this. And I'm just like, okay, this is not going to go well. This is not going to go well.
and you're not saying anything because you're super polite.
I am. That's exactly right,
Yeah.
Matt. But my brain is going nuts.
Yep.
But what are you supposed to do in that situation?
I don't know.
Because I've been in that exact scenario. It's the worst feeling in the world. But like, if you say something, you're going to further distract this person.
Exactly.
It's just there is no way to fix this if this is the way this person drives.
Yeah.
I speak up.
Do you?
I tell, if an Uber driver is going fucking 55 on the freeway, I'm like, hey, man, you're going to have to hit the gas, brother. We got to move. Speed limit's 65. Do it at least.
But I'm a lady.
Oh man.
Damn,
I
dog.
tell them, no,
Fuck
hey,
Uber
Is this when you're
ratings,
sitting?
right?
This is when you're sitting shotgun with
my
it too,
Uber
right?
rating is still higher than all of you
know,
guys, so I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm doing anything wrong.
You said that you like to sit shotgun a lot of times too, right, Dawson?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were really
It's more
just-
comfortable in the front
Yeah.
seat.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's why. And, the car's top heavy, so maybe it goes a little bit faster. I was freaking out because it was just like, okay.
So Chris, at this point in the story, I'm sorry to interrupt. At this point in the story, you just have a bad driver. We're not worried about anything else besides safely accomplishing the trip. Correct?
Well, yes and no. So we exit. We're exiting usually when we're about. It's usually about 7 minutes away from the destination, and her little computer, her phone. God, I sound like I'm 60 something.
Yeah.
Her phone said we're still 25 minutes away when we should be 7 minutes away. Because I know this exit. I know we just get right onto the 110. Oh no, sorry, is it the 110?
105.
105. Sorry, yeah, 105. And
Wait, backtrack. How do you get onto the 105? What's the freeway? What entrance do you get off
from
on?
where he's coming from, you
it
take the.
was a 405 to the 105.
And the entrance to 405. I'm just trying to work backwards.
Oh yeah.
What's your address, Chris?
Yeah. That actually make it a lot easier for all
Where
of
did the
us.
Uber pick you up? GPS coordinates.
Anyway, so she's like, "Oh, that's weird that it's that we're still 25 minutes away." Last time I came to LAX, it was gridlocked, and this is kind of what it's looking like again.
Uh-huh.
She's like, "But I know a back entrance we could take if you want me to do it."
She hitting on you?
And so I'm thinking, okay, do I risk this old lady's back entrance to LAX?
Chris, as an Angelino, what should have happened here is you go, no, I have a way that I go, and
Yeah.
then you direct her your way
Yeah.
that you know is usually reliable.
Which is what I did, Gary.
Okay.
And I even hit Waze because she's using some like Apple Maps or what, like
I respect that. That's a strong move to open ways. I'm going to need another one. There were two open simultaneously.
Ooh, watch yourself. It's the claw.
vintage.
Feels good.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
so
open
you have
Waze.
Waze, and you're just basically giving her Waze's directions.
Yeah, I'm like, I think we should just go this way. And because Waze says it's only 7 minutes away.
Really?
Yeah, but hers says 25.
Okay.
This is crazy.
This is crazy. And she's telling me she wants to take a back entrance. And I'm like,
No.
let's go this way. I'm feeling pretty good about this.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good about you taking over at that point.
Yeah. So we go my way, which is the standard way. We go into that long tunnel.
Sure.
We exit the tunnel, gridlocked. Oh, and my way just bumps up 25 minutes. And she's like,
Wait, your way was just Sepulveda South?
Yeah.
That's your way?
Yeah,
That's your
because
magical way?
mine didn't say there was traffic. Waze didn't say there was
Okay.
traffic. I didn't have a magical way.
Well, here's the thing. Depending on where
That's
he
the standard
was,
way, Matt.
depending on where he was when this interaction took place, that might have been your only choice. If you get to that side of the airport, Sepulveda South's really your only choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it was our only choice. And
Now, what a good
And
traveler
now-
would have done.
Now,
is
I'm
gone
starting to
past
get
the
nervous.
airport.
I'm getting
now I'm
nervous
getting
for
nervous.
you.
Now I'm getting
because
nervous. Yeah. And she's
You
like,
gotta
"What
check
time?
a lot of bags, too.
What time's your flight?" And I say, "It's at 10:10, and it is about 9:10 right now,
Uh-oh.
and we are stuck. We are stuck at
You are out of the tunnel.
out of the tunnel, heading
But if
up
it's-
towar's the thing." And then she does this.
Gridlock. That could be 35 minutes.
It's gridlocked, yeah, and we're just crawling, right? And then she goes in. Now there's three lanes. The left is arrivals, the middle is departures and arrivals, and then the right is departures. She's in the middle lane, and these cars to our right are just zooming by us. And I go, "Oh, we should go into the right lane, right?" And she's like, "No, this lane is also departures. I know you think it's probably just arrivals, also departures."
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that. I get that, lady. But see these cars zooming by us? This is my brain speaking. Of course, my mouth's like, okay, oh, that's cool. I'm like, really? You're telling me that this lane works? I understand that concept, but and then after a while she goes, "Oh, let's get into that lane. I think it's going a little faster." And we get into that lane, and now we're crawling again. It finally caught up, and then she points like a street in the distance. She's like, "There's my back entrance. Yeah, looks like it was clear. Oh well."
Oh, fuck you.
And I'm like, "All right, lady, what is going on here?"
Your Uber rating is going.
By the way, she offered to
down.
drop me off in arrivals. She's like, it might be easier if I could drop you off at arrivals and then you just walk upstairs and go to ticketing. Some people ask me to do that, and I'm like, yeah, but I have like 4 huge things I got to check in.
Right.
So I finally make it. We finally make it up to Terminal 2, which is Delta, packed out the door. I'm already seeing the line coming out the door.
There's
Jesus.
no curbside.
No, there's curbside. It's a mile long, and then the other line's coming out the door. And I have 4 bags, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be rough because now it is 9:25, 9:30ish, and my flight leaves at 10:10, and I get in the back of this line, and I'm just like, there is no way, there's no effing way. It's just
Now,
it's
which line did you pick at that point?
I went to the inside line because I just had too many bags. I've gotten turned away from the outside, and there are times when I've used the outside line and I've gotten there late that my bag didn't make it because for some reason it like takes a little bit longer, I think, than going inside. So I didn't want to risk my bags not making it. I was like, I'll just go inside, and shoulder to shoulder, packed.
Elbows and assholes.
Yeah, so many elbows and a-holes in there, and I just go, all right, I'm calling it. There's just no way. There's physically no way that I can get these bags on this plane and make this flight. So I get on the phone. I call Matt. It's 9:30.
My wife and I are about to watch Fear Street Part 3.
After-
1666.
Yeah, I wonder if that's applicable or not.
If only Caitlin was here.
I call Matt and I just go, hey Matt, I'm not going to make my flight. What can we do? And Matt's just like, I have no idea, because we don't know.
What am I supposed to? What are we supposed
Yeah, we
to
don't
do?
know. I've never missed. I don't know what happens if
Right.
we miss a flight. I don't know. Do we get refunded? Do they just put me on a later flight? Like I don't. I don't know the protocol for something like that. And Matt's just like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna look for another flight to put you on if you don't mind. And I'm like, I don't care. Just get me to Raleigh. I don't care how I get there. Just I need to get there because we have a show and there's not very many flights that go there. So Matt finds American Airlines has a flight
Okay.
out of at 1:30 a.m. So it would depart
Why?
because this is all that's available.
Well, the thing
I'm
that
saying, why does that route exist? That's crazy.
so Chris, I asked him, because you were like, I'm just not going to make it, and I was like, can they do this without you? And you're like, no.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, all right, well then you have to get there
have to
by like 4:00. You have to be able to get there, and the only flight itinerary, if I may,
Yeah.
was on American, like you said.
Yeah.
LAX at 1:30 a.m. flying to Miami. Now Chris is going to North Carolina.
Bienvenido a Miami.
It lands in Miami at 9:40 in the morning.
You pick up a kilo of Coke.
At which point you have a nearly 5-hour connection. But you'll depart from Miami at 2:30 and you'll be in Raleigh at 4:30 p.m. Yeah. So it's actually possible. God. And when I looked, there was one seat left, which means it would have been a middle seat for sure.
So gross, Chris.
And I
had to get there.
I heard Matt setting you up for this story. This is the first time I've heard this.
Yeah.
That's brutal.
We purposely decided to reveal on air.
I wanted to surprise everybody. So I'm just thinking, okay, I'm gonna get. So it's 9:35 now. I just hear Matt like clicking his trackpad, like, okay, I'm gonna cancel this flight and get you on American. There's one seat left. We have to act now. It leaves in 4 hours, and you have to have 5.
This hurts me, dude.
Chris,
this makes my teeth.
This is what I do. I'm like, do it. I told Matt, do it, man. I'm like, look, I got to get there. The show can't happen without me. Like, I have to be there.
45
kind of can though.
Nah, it can't. 45 minutes from the point that we're at in the story now, you better be sitting in a bar in LAX ordering a double. Cuz that what do? You start Googling the best food in the Miami
and I'm
airport?
Like, I have all these bags. I'm just like, how far is the American terminal from here? Like, it's just because LAX is huge. And
you get a hell of an Irish coffee at
so
the Miami airport.
Matt's like, okay, let me cancel your Delta flight, make sure so we get that refund, and then.
Well, I wasn't going to cancel your flight. I was just going to book you on the other one.
I'd still be trying so fucking hard to get on that plane.
I was filling out your flight details.
So what?
Line. I was right at where the door started, and I still haven't gotten into that turn. Dude, there's no way. It's packed.
So Chris, here's the only question I have: did you consider going up to the guys outside and flashing a 50 and being like, my flight is in 50 minutes and it's for work and I fucked up and I need to get on this plane. What can you do for me?
I should walk around with more cash.
You should walk around with more cash.
I'm telling you, the outside guys
Mr. Jefferson,
are in that
Mr.
to make
Lincoln.
money. If you can figure out how to palm a 50 and go to the front of the line and just be like, hey, man, I'm so sorry, but like I need to get on, and like try to hide the money from the people in the line so they don't see it, but that guy will see that 50, he's going to squeeze you on that flight.
I didn't even think of that. That line was so long. If anybody saw me cut it, there would have been chaos.
If you had if the cash was in the eye line of the guy who wanted the cash, he would have protected you. You'd have been fine.
Good to know. Good to know.
You would just use the luggage cart to like push people off. Like he would mow them down and get you to the front.
So Matt's booking this flight, middle seat, one ticket left.
Across the fucking country.
Across the country.
And you have to go across the airport.
5-hour layover.
That's 2 different terminals over.
And I was supposed to land in Raleigh at 6 a.m. Now I'm landing at 4:30 p.m.
Which means had you taken the original flight that Adam wanted to take, you'd be landing at like the same time anyway, basically.
I'm just waiting for you to say, and then I made my Delta. I got on the flight. Please tell me.
And then
Please tell me you did nothing.
And then I heard one of the Delta
Delay?
people in the front go,
Delay?
Is anybody trying to get to Raleigh? And about 5 hands like next to me just shoot up. And then she's like, come this way. And I have all 4 bags and they're lifting up the turns, what are they called?
The things, the
ropes.
ropes.
The ropes.
Stanchions.
The stanchions, yeah. They're lifting them up, and I'm trying to go under them. I'm hitting everyone in my bag. Guys just going like, what the fuck, man? Like
I'm still on the phone with Chris, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hearing all of this.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get through. And then they're just letting me just cut through everybody.
Fuck yeah.
I get to the front. I put my bags on the scale. They're like, Raleigh? I'm like, yeah. She put them back. She just tags them. Tags them. She's like, I'm not even going to charge you. Just get to the freaking gate now. And so I just give her my bags, and I run them like in my phone. I'm like, Matt, you hear all that, man? I just wanted like, we're gonna do this, and I made my flight, and it all worked out.
Yeah,
That was a roller coaster.
It was such.
You shouldn't have done that to me.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I just want this.
I'm
was
so happy for you, but
yeah. So I made the flight. That, by the way, that plane, which I assume was full because I had the aisle seat, and I had 2 girls next to me, and
careful.
What? Gary talks. What's going on?
I don't know what you're about to say.
No. Well, the thing is, the plane was still half full, so I imagine a lot of people missed that flight because Matt wouldn't have booked me on a full aisle if the plane wasn't full. So that
You go window?
No, that was aisle. Oh,
No, I know, but what would he?
Child seat.
wait, what?
Well, you said he wouldn't have booked you on a.
Oh, he wouldn't
I
have booked
don't
me like
understand.
if he would have picked my seat. He wouldn't have picked me like next to two other people if the plane was half empty, right?
Oh, right. Okay.
So that I
gotcha,
assume
gotcha.
okay. So like yeah. So that plane wasn't full. So I sit down. I originally had window, and there was these two girls sitting in aisle and middle in my row, and I go, I'm in the window, and they're like, okay, if it helps, I could just go to the window. And in my brain, I'm like, I kind of like to sleep on the window. She's like, I'll just go. Let me just make this easier for you so you don't have to cross over us. And I'm like,
That's a strategy on their part.
I am so tired and like
Emotionally exhausted.
Yeah, exactly. I just go, okay. I sit in the aisle. I don't care. I'm gonna pass out anyway. I'm just so done. And then we sit. They lock all the things. They close
And you
the doors.
didn't get to get dinner.
No dinner.
Yeah, no time for that.
And I'm just sitting there, and then so the plane's half full. So I look, the aisle, the row across from me,
Chris is looking for a sleeper row.
empty, baby.
Ooh.
It's empty. So I'm sitting there, and I was like, I don't want to be insulting, and just get my shit and go to their other thing because they move for me. So I'm like, I'm gonna. So I turn to my left, and I go to the two girls, like, I'm gonna go over to the other aisle, give you guys a little more room here, all right? And then the girl in the middle's like, you don't have to. It's okay. We really don't care.
See, this is why you fucked up when you started the conversation.
Yes.
You should have picked up your shit,
Yes.
gone to the bed,
Exactly.
and if you
So now-
felt weird about it, you look back and give them a thumbs up, like
You don't
full
need to
row.
ask their permission.
Yeah, I don't know
to
why
change your seat.
Trust me, I realize that now, Dawson, because now she's like, you don't have to go. We really don't mind. You can stay here.
These girls just really bored. They just wanted to hear all your
They
great
just
stories.
they just want a little piece of
They want
Careful,
a piece
Gary.
of the
Careful,
locks.
Gary, on Chris' behalf.
They
I'm
wanted
asking- I'm
the
asking-
cream cheese and the locks, bro.
Oh,
I would have gone with lumpia, but whatever.
I don't want any of it. Don't go with any of it, guys. And so now I'm just sitting in the aisle, like, what, in this full row. There's like an empty row over there.
They're like, do you play
You
music?
stayed?
That's Dawson.
You actually stayed
'Cause they're like, you don't
because
have-
they said something?
Dawson,
This
it's been
is what
5
Chris
years. This is
does.
Chris's
You
life.
don't
This is what he
understand.
does.
If they're like, you don't have to go. It doesn't bother us at all. Yeah, you can stay. That's fine with us. And then I'm like, okay, and I grab my shit and leave. That's weird.
Wow.
That's weird.
It's fun. You're never going to see them again.
Yeah, I realize that now too. There's a lot in retrospect that I would have done differently, Matt.
Yeah.
And then of course, because I don't go, other people go into that row. And,
Yep.
Yeah. And
Yep.
they take it, and I'm just I'm stuck.
That's right. Okay, so at least someone had the balls to take it eventually. It wasn't just staring at you the whole time.
It didn't take balls, Matt. It
No,
just
it
took
didn't.
opportunity, and I didn't
took
have it.
a severe lack of them not to do it.
I would argue, Matt, that it would be less emotionally traumatizing if it sat empty the whole time. Watching someone else sleep in the bed that you
Made it-
wanted
yeah,
for
yeah.
yourself
Yeah.
is a lot worse.
It is, but I also imagine Chris just staring at the empty bed and just being
Fantasizing.
filled with the exactly.
Yeah.
Just being like, I could be in there right now. That could be me.
I could be comfortable.
Yeah. Just replacing
the whole flight. The whole flight.
Just watching my sliding doors moment.
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
Well, Chris,
reality.
The
At least you made it,
shows
buddy.
look fun. I saw you posting for a lot of pictures with Bobo Boys, or I saw at least 2 or 3.
Yeah,
Chiquero.
shows are fun. The people were fun, and I had a nice day. Got to the hotel, took a little nap, and then went to the Museum of Natural Sciences.
Well, I
Had a
saw you
great time
posted
there.
about that.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
I mean, Raleigh. My first impression of Raleigh was this city is dead. There's nothing to do here. Nobody's outside, but then I realized it was because of the humidity. It's very hot and humid.
Sure.
But people went out, and it was actually a pretty good time. Like a really good time, and I love that city. Like I
would
really
say
love it.
oftentimes before Adam goes to travel, we'll get a flood of emails from people who live in a certain city with advice on where to stay or where to eat or blah, blah, blah. I noticed a much larger than normal influx of messages for these Raleigh shows.
Yeah,
Like everybody there is obviously like very, very nice and
Very
like,
nice,
very
very
willing to
proud.
help, and
Yeah.
like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. It was. There was something different about it. We got so many restaurant recommendations. We got offered a massage. We got offered haircuts. Like,
Dude, Southern hospitality is not like a myth. That's like a real thing. So I'm not surprised. We just don't play in the South that often.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, we gotta do that more often. And even the Bobo Boys. Maybe we get out there, guys, because people like us out there.
Yeah,
So just something to think about.
sure.
Anyway, had a great time. Got some barbecue. Met some incredible people.
That food looked amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. We went to Lawrence Barbecue in Durham, and yeah, it was everything I could have wanted and more. It was a fantastic trip that just started a little shaky and a little scary, but it all worked.
And all your
out.
bags got through.
All my
Nothing?
bags
Oh,
got
that's
through.
awesome.
Everything made it. Yeah. Like they held the plane a little longer, and then everyone's like, "What's the holdup?" I'm like, "Oh, they're trying to put the rest of the bags in." Like that's what the attendant said. I'm like,
That's
"Woo, that's awesome."
I think you're right though. I bet a lot of people just missed that flight.
Oh,
Yeah.
if they didn't hear that lady just go, "Is anybody flying to Raleigh?" She's not actually using a microphone. She just yelled it. Yeah. It was just she just like
So
yelled, "Is
random.
anybody going to Raleigh?" And we all just raised our, like the people heard raise their hands. But I bet there are people who just probably walked in and walked out. Like there's no way.
Like
Yeah.
if you had gotten in the back of that outside line, you would have never heard that.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point, too.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's correct.
So, Chris, what we've learned here is that you need to travel with more cash.
I was thinking about that, Gary.
Do you think he'd use it though?
Do you guys?
He won't- if he- if he
I
won't-
just
if
said
he
I can't
won't
bribe
take
cops.
the empty row across from him, he's not going to try to bribe a
The
flight
girls
attendant.
wanted me to stay, Dawes.
Not
I
gonna
can't help
happen.
it.
It's not going to happen.
Here's the thing, Doss, is the real thing here is that if it came down to it, you could tell the people that run this company the only way that I was getting on that flight was by greasing someone $100, and you'd get paid back for it. So I think if you put $100 in your pocket, you would eventually find the confidence of like, I can't miss the show. Like in this case, there was that alternative flight, but like, what if you did something a different flight that wasn't a red eye, and it was either you make this one or the
You don't
whole
go.
show's done?
Yeah.
You'd have to figure it out.
No, I think you're right. And so maybe I do start traveling with an undisclosed amount of money. Although me saying that publicly might.
Yes, if one of our listeners is working the Delta counter at fucking Burbank, you might be in trouble.
Whatever. I'm just glad I made it and it worked out. And thanks to Matt for helping me. All right, you guys want to do some comments?
Sure.
It's time for listener
You know, before I get to comments, Gary, when do you palm money to people like that it works? Like I've done it once, and it was to a hotel front desk to get us a better room, and it worked. And I didn't palm it. When I showed my ID, I had it folded
Oh, that's a bomb
underneath
move. I love it.
underneath the ID.
I mean,
a good
is there
one.
a better way to do it? It has to be like with this other thing, and then it's revealed
Yeah.
behind it.
Because they need check ID or the credit card for incidentals.
Yeah.
And you say, oh, if there's any upgrades to room, just let me know. Because supposedly, and I mean I know this firsthand because it did work. Front desk has a lot of power.
How much you slide them?
20. It wasn't even that much, and got a good room. Like that would have cost probably an extra $200 to upgrade.
Yeah?
to that.
You think
Yeah,
so?
It was in Vegas. Yeah, totally.
I don't do it often. I've never tried it at like a hotel or a restaurant front desk. You know, that's the famous trope from the 90s. I've never done that, but like there are certain instances, definitely like those bad guys who like are regularly tipped. If you can flash a big dollar at them, like a big like number, they'll usually hook you
Yeah.
up.
Good to know. Yeah.
Drunk driving in Mexico. We've also
Yeah.
established
Yes.
a great opportunity to palm some money.
Yes.
Also, by the way, I'm not balling like that, so like I wouldn't try to do that usually. I was saying in your specific thing where it's like for work, like there's a lot of money on the line if you miss this.
Yeah.
You gotta
it's-
get through.
That's a worthy cost. And then when I was a host at the TGI Fridays, people would bribe me all the time, and I took it.
They just
So-
tipped you. Those were tips.
Yeah, I was like, hey, could I get maybe add to the top of the list there, and maybe get a booth.
Oh,
That's-
the host you're saying.
That would happen often.
Yeah.
Look at you.
How much money would you say you made over the time you worked there?
Not a lot. Probably, I mean, total like $100. I took $5 bribes. I mean, I wasn't expensive. Hosts don't get tipped out. We made minimum wage. It was just,
Now, here's a question I'm going to ask on behalf of Adam Carolla Show listeners everywhere. Somebody wants to get a good seat in the Carolla Show.
oh,
They come up to you. slide you. They give you, hey, buddy. Hey, Chris, it's really nice to meet you. And they give you a handshake. And then when they pull their hand away, you got a sweaty wad of bill in your hand. You don't know the number just yet. And they're like,
Brian Wheeler, if it just feels like anything.
What's a Bobo boy got to do to get a seat in this biz? What's it got to be in your palm before you?
I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know. Try it and let's figure it out.
All right.
Yeah, let's just see. Let's just see what happens.
Do the right thing.
I can be bribed.
Do the right thing.
Everybody. All right. These are all comments and clan mail found on our Facebook page.
Don't do that. Don't
Remember,
go. You can stay in Raleigh.
I
if you
could tell
wanna
by
do shit
Dawson's
like
yawn.
that.
He was also deeply disturbed by that
Yes.
particular mentioning of
You
it.
are boring our Dawson.
I don't know if I'm boring Dawson all the time. I mean, he
He's
does
not
yawn a lot.
disagreeing. He's nodding at us.
But
I'm bored.
You're bored?
Yeah, let's get to the comments
What?
and clan mail.
No. Chris!
Ooh, I think that
was live.
Yeah, the mic popped there a little bit.
I don't know. What are you gonna do?
Dawson's tired today.
tired.
He came
I'm
late to
tired.
work.
Yeah,
Seemed like you
Dawson.
slept pretty late.
That was a weird phone call that I had with you this
Yeah, I
morning.
didn't know what time it was.
What happened, Gary? Gary, what happened?
What hashtag?
Here's what happened. Here's what happened. I'm sitting in the front room minding my own fucking business at about 12:55. Adam's been here for 10 or 12 minutes. He's very early by Adam's standards for the Corolla show, but I hear him mention, like, yeah, we can go a few minutes early if anyone wants. And then I hear Chris shout at me from the other end of the building, ironically. We got that drop? Chris! No, but...
Oh, Gary!
Yeah. Yeah? Can you...
Call Dawson. Find out where he is.
Okay, so I pull up my Dawson thing, and Dawson just texted us in the last couple of weeks, use this new number, and I remember that, and I go, okay, well, here, let's get the new number. So I call the new number, and rings like 5 times, and I'm looking at Chris, I'm like, she's not going to answer, I don't know what the fuck what's going on. All of a sudden, I hear Dawson, hey, man, what's up? I was like,
We're about to start the show.
I was like, Adam's sitting in his chair, and he's talking about starting the show right now, a few minutes early. Want to see what's up. And I hear, fuck.
Start
Start without me.
I'm on my way.
All right. And then that was it.
Yeah. You just, which basically says, I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'll be there. It's
Yeah. And we started the show. No idea what happened to Doss.
Yeah, I don't have a clock in my room.
Yeah.
I just sleep until I want to wake up.
Sure.
And I slept.
You know this has happened a couple times now, right?
This is,
So
at least
Dawes.
twice.
So Dawes,
At least twice.
just can I ask a quick question?
No.
You got me there,
That's
man.
what's on the menu.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Dawson eventually made it, but yeah.
Got here.
Had a little late night. So
15 minutes late.
I wouldn't say that I'm boring him necessarily. I mean, the guy.
No, I'm just tired.
Yeah, the guy's tired. Doss.
Yeah.
I guess since Gary already mentioned it, there's something I also want to talk to you about.
What's up?
You changed your number, dude. I haven't changed my phone number since junior year of high school. Like, it's just and I'm too scared to now. I don't want to. Would you guys like? Are you guys as married to your number as I am?
I did a reset right after college, I think.
Okay. So yeah, it's still not. You've still had it for a long time.
I wouldn't do it now. That's
Nah.
gonna be my
same.
number forever.
There's too much
phone
going on.
number.
Yeah, there's too much.
I've had 2 numbers for 3 years now. The other one's just a business line. And I'm like, people see a 310. They're more likely to answer the phone because they think there's money on the line.
It's the L.A.
Yeah.
It's the L.A. old
I
school.
always
LA.
answer calls from 310s.
Really?
Yeah.
I screen all my calls. All of them.
Because you never know. You never know if it's somebody. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been getting a
Money.
lot from like.
It could
other
be a
states.
coworker calling you to ask to change their flight because they're about to
It could
miss
be.
their flight.
It could be.
All right. Just I just thought it was an interesting. I don't see very often, but
I think what we've learned here, guys, is that we are coworkers. We are only worthy of the business line, and we shan't be using Dawson's personal line.
There you go.
is that true?
No, my mom has to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm setting the 619 aside.
Yeah. We look.
Oh, you had a 6 and a 9, and you're getting rid of it.
619.
Wow, you could have put it on a card in a way where the 1 was just like a line in the
Yep.
middle, and it would look perfect.
Crazy.
All right, comments time. Here we go.
Ooh, that was an ode to an outro you're not going to hear.
Oh, that's right. So let's see here. Jamie Campbell says, when Chris locks him on, it says clan mail.
Nope. Don't stop. Why are you reading this one
Do you
first?
think it's a shout out to the Scottish listeners and the heritage? Maybe.
No.
Maybe it is.
I don't think that.
Shout out to everybody.
We can't take
Maybe
that.
it's people who play Clash of Clans.
I don't think we can take that chance, though.
Why does your clan start with a K, guys?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't.
I don't see it.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Then there's nothing wrong with saying the word
Exactly.
clan.
Yeah.
I don't
Chris,
like
you
this.
do understand
It's
that
a
a lot of
word.
people listen to this show.
Yeah.
And you know how many cell phones listen?
Chris is Asian, bro.
Dawson, both of your
Now
cell
we
phones
lost
better be listening to our
several
show.
listeners.
Hey,
Thanks.
that's why I got the second one. We needed more listeners.
Yeah, a little bump in the numbers.
Yep.
Let's see here. Raymond Beltran Sr., he had a poll. He said, weird but divided question. So, do you poop with the door open or closed? I prefer doors shut and locked, but my wife is completely okay with the door open and chatting when she's on the pot. It's hilarious and disturbing to see Facebook friends
you know you wrote this,
and
bro?
family responses.
Yeah.
I thought that as I read it out loud. And then, so here's the poll. Door closed, whether you're a guy or a girl, number 1, by a landslide, including Gary. Door open for whether you're a guy or a girl. Or door open for guy and girl, 8 votes. Door open for one and closed for another, 6 votes. And door closed, but the pet is in there. That's like 1 or 2.
Now, can I make a quick request of the audience? When you're posting in our Facebook group, please consider that the comments may be read by Chris. That was so confusing. You did your best. I'm not blaming you.
I did. So, what are you guys saying? Just do you guys move the door open or closed?
Closed.
All the time?
Yeah.
I
Even
live
when you're-
alone, dude.
I was gonna say,
I shit
even when
with the
you're
door wide open. I don't care.
even when you're alone.
I guess maybe if I'm alone.
If you're alone,
Yeah,
yeah,
but you share space with somebody, you keep it closed.
yeah. Gary,
I'm on the record.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's door
closed?
closed for everyone.
I'm a closed unless I'm alone, and like when I lived alone too, it was pretty awesome.
It's just like a novelty thing.
It was
shouldn't
pretty
be-
awesome going door open.
You shouldn't have your Christmas decorations up all year round. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just
If somebody-
It's not
Okay.
special anymore.
Well, if you live
You're right.
alone, you really got to take a page out of Ed TV's book and figure out some sort of a mirror apparatus that you can watch TV while you're taking a shit. That's really key.
Excellent Ed
Yeah.
TV drop.
It's mostly,
Yeah,
it's
just-
mostly for a guy.
we need more Ed TV
Wow.
references.
Ooh, is that on Netflix? I smell movie night.
Ooh, speaking of movie night, can we just talk about that for a second?
Sure.
We're gonna do it next week. And Dawson, are you gonna pick the movie? Or are we gonna start this?
Yeah, what did I see? I think I saw Talladega Nights.
You're not
on
supposed to
Netflix.
tell us in this new system.
Oh, I'm not.
No, you sure
I
are.
would love to watch
We're
that.
gonna. We're gonna.
I'm
Yeah.
fine with that, though.
So, but Dawson, you're gonna pick a movie, an undisclosed movie.
Okay, it's
And
an
then-
undisclosed movie called Talladega Nights.
I love it.
Great. So stay tuned for that, unless it's being taken off Netflix next week.
Right. That's the only way it won't happen.
We'll look
There we
into
go.
it.
I love it. Make sure to go to patreon.com/watercooler.
And also, we have our first Mallow Money meetup on the last day of July.
Look at us.
Wow.
For the Mallow.
Well, so many
Just giving back
extracurriculars.
so much.
Yeah, I love it.
And I don't want to say what, but Gary and I have been talking about another perk for just your basic Patreon subscriber.
Yeah, Chris shot it down completely.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
We're figuring stuff out.
Okay.
It'll be all good. There's
Cool.
fun stuff to come. But yeah, for the Mallow Money people, we're going to do a big Zoom meetup at the end of the month, and
Yeah.
we'll do show and tell, and we'll have some claws.
We'll figure out some stuff. All right. Anyway, let's go to our next comment here. This is from Stephanie Blaine. She just said that there was an amazing quote from Matt.
Hey,
from
Stephanie.
Episode 289 when referencing Jeff Bezos going to space. And she made a cartoon, and it says, "In space, no one can hear you bark."
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, great
I'd like a
cartoon.
print of that.
Yeah, you should get that. I can print it out for you.
Thanks, man. Let's wait. Can we wait till we get the new ink cartridges? Right now, there's going to be a big white line in the middle of it.
All right.
She also hit me up and said that she's working on that animation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man,
she was
that's
like,
awesome.
She was like, "Give me some time because that's not what I do, and it's
Yeah.
hard." But
Love it. Let's see. Thomas Vincent said, "Shout out to Chris at the late Saturday show." And I gave the Bobo call, and he saw and recognized pre-show. He came over and said, "Thanks for listening," even though I'm sure he was busy with show prep. # class act. And I just wanted to read that.
just wanted to
'cause,
read that, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it
an
makes you-
hashtag
makes you
describing
look
me.
awesome.
Good
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta go shake hands with the devil.
Okay.
Was that
it's jerk off.
Pee-pee.
crack one out?
Yep.
Let's see
Vigorous
here.
handshake.
Gage
Doesn't show
Hamilton.
up for work. It's
Ga-
just mind bending.
Gage Hamilton
He
says
sleeps in and then he yawns in our show.
Dawson's gonna Doss. Gage Hamilton says, I just teared up to Malo. Hey, thanks, Gage.
Hey, malo,
Hey,
mommy.
woo-woo.
says,
See you on the
"Can't-
31st.
Can't wait for the Zoom, and now I get the video tier and the movie night tier. It's like Christmas.
It is
Christmas.
just
I
like
like
it.
that.
Oh, let's start planning now.
Yeah. Or it's just like
How are we gonna-
Someone else eating reindeer
How are we
this
going to
year.
top you dress up as Santa Claus eating reindeer?
Is that still available, by the way, if people want to get into this Christmas in July thing
Yeah.
I hear so much about? And
all
they
the
wanna
Patreon content is up.
see me dressed
Yeah,
as
that was on
Santa?
Patreon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get all of it.
That's awesome.
Ryan Huff says
We're fucking
Patreon.
idiots.
If you don't tear up to watch Matt eat reindeer dressed as Santa Claus with a reindeer stuffy in front of him, I don't know what. Then you're not.
Yeah, you're not living.
Go away.
Yeah.
You're just not living.
Ryan Huff says Patreon shit I did as a kid really knocked my cock off.
There you go.
Nice, dude.
It's another Patreon tease.
Nicholas Doyvetter says Kingfish has made it into Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sure he'll thank for launching his career. And he's talking about the blues musician Kingfish that I interviewed
Yeah.
on YouTube.
He actually was in the game?
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome.
Is that the guy that in that undisclosed band that you lived down the street from?
No, the
That was Jay or
the Corn
Jason?
Kings, or what did I call them?
Bikini Kings.
Bikini Kings, right?
Tony Magbanua says Drunk Uncle Bob has the potential to be PMF for me, Peak Matt Fondelier. Rick Walters, he says, oh, this one I like. He says, all right, I've been debating. No, I'm going to wait for Matt to get in here for this. Sarah Hamilton says Greg from Succession is Kaylin and Gary combined. And it's meant as a compliment. Greg is the best character on the show and the only one with a good heart.
I agree with your assessment of that character, and I took it as a compliment before
Yeah.
I got to that part.
And I could see it, too, because Greg is super tall.
Yeah.
And super innocent, like Mr. Bean. Okay, Matt's back. Rick
Yeah.
Walter says,
Chris is put off by the fact that we drink on this show.
I'm not put off.
Part of what we do.
Yeah, it's all
here.
part of it. Rick Walter says, all right, I've been debating about commenting on this whole thing, but it won't go away. So I got to stick up for Chris.
Let's have it.
Here we go.
As a career restaurant industry professional, the whole no...
I've already.
Hold on.
This guy is
Hold on.
already.
When you're qualifying yourself like that,
Say, what's his title? Say it slowly, though.
It's not a title, by the
No,
way.
I know. I
He's
want-
bestowing
I
these
get
things
it.
upon himself.
What is it?
Let's hear it.
Slowly.
a career
Okay.
restaurant industry professional.
Okay.
Restaurant industry professional.
It's a nice way to say I'm a waiter.
Yep. Waiter at the probably as the most compliment, or perhaps a
Probably,
chef.
probably at a seafood place.
He could have said chef, and this would have made.
He would have said chef if he was a chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a chef.
Yeah. Well, anyway, as a career restaurant industry professional, I love Chez Fondelier and respect it
Monosyllables.
so much.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. That's not the real
Just
comment,
kidding,
though.
you didn't say that, Matt.
Yeah.
He says that the whole no blue food idea comes from
Get out of here.
You didn't know that's where this was going?
No.
He said, "Oh, Matt's here. Now I can read this."
the whole no blue food idea comes from that world, the career restaurant industry. Band-Aids in restaurants are bright blue because no food is true blue. There may be things that are shades of blue, but Chris is correct on the no natural foods.
Wait,
are
say
true
that last
blue.
part again. This restaurant industry professional is saying that there are foods of varying shades
There
of
may be
blue.
things
but
that are shades of
they're
blue.
not blue.
But they're
They're
not-
just
Shades of blue.
Yeah.
Shades
Yeah.
of blue.
Yeah, I get your logic, dude.
This is great.
And restaurants do that in case a Band-Aid falls off and it sticks out in the food, so
Yeah.
you can see it better. I know it's
Okay.
gross, but it's a legit safety protocol. Preach
Yeah.
it, Chris.
Preach it, yo.
Yeah.
So, no, it's not. That's made up.
I've worked at a few restaurants and I've never seen a blue Band-Aid
I will
anywhere
also
in my
say I
fucking life.
spent many years as a career restaurant individual.
So
and
have I.
I have never seen a
So,
blue
Chris,
Band-Aid.
I know the blue Band-Aid he's talking about.
Bullshit,
I
Chris.
know. I've
Never.
seen it.
Bullshit,
Yeah.
Chris.
A lie.
Full of it.
It's
I've
a
seen it.
lie.
I could see it in my head right now.
And it's
Oh.
funny. It's funny that this is what our listeners have to do to embrace this falsehood that there is no blue food.
I want a new
They got to
poll.
make stuff up about Band-Aids.
Yeah.
I want a new poll. I want somebody, Shroom Shacker, post a poll in the Facebook group.
You're in the Facebook group. Why don't you do it?
I'm lazy.
Yeah, well, come on.
I thought you were going to say I'm busy.
I am. That too.
Post a poll.
I want to know
the other way.
from our listeners who have worked in restaurants, have you heard this bullshit before?
The blue Band-Aid.
Never in
Yes
my
or no?
life come across a blue
Yeah,
Band-Aid.
blue Band-Aid.
Never in my life.
You got to do that.
Yeah.
Be a good band name.
Blue Band-Aid.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Or venue. I think it's a venue. The Blue Band-Aid.
Blue
Yeah,
Band-Aid.
that's a better
Yeah.
venue.
Yeah.
Could
So-
also be the name of a
Yeah.
cocktail.
Gary, Matt, and I at the Blue Band-Aid.
That's good.
Speaking of the cocktails, man, I had an Empress Gin.
Really?
Oh my god!
I got really
You should
excited
watch
just
it.
now.
Switch to the video for the look on Matt's face just there.
I'm so pleased that someone else ordered a cocktail that had Empress in it. I'm not the only one anymore.
Yeah, and it was awesome. Delicious.
Yeah?
The thing about it, though, is Empress is like bright purple. Like the gin is bright purple.
Yeah, sometimes you run into that when you order drinks like that.
Yeah.
It's tough.
That
It's
was
really
the gin.
tough.
It wasn't like the mixer that made it. That's the color of the gin.
Oh, that's the color of the gin.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's wild.
You condescending a-hole. I know cocktails come in different colors sometimes. I'm just...
Sometimes they come in blue, Chris.
Nope, not naturally.
We called you an a-hole, bro.
Joe, I'm
I've
sorry.
been called worse.
B-hole.
Sorry.
Like, at least
No,
start
Gary was
first.
correct.
A, B, or C sucks if you to be called that if the word hole follows. Joe Giacaro
Chiquero.
says this week in a very special water tank, and there's a picture of Matt pitching stuff to Mark Cuban. It was nice.
That's right. That was great.
Nice job, Joe.
Yes. Thank you to
There was
all of the
Chonga
people.
chowder made by Campbell's.
Yeah.
No, that would have been Pixel Funds, right? Or was it?
No, I think
Is
that was
that
Joe's.
Giacaro?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Joe's.
Well, whoever you are out there, when anybody creates these fan images that bring what we're talking about to life, it is amazing.
Yes.
Yes. And a lot of controversy with Chonga chowder.
Chonga
People are saying like, "Oh, I tried something like that and I threw up,"
For sure.
or they just couldn't understand the concept of it. But yeah, I think we're onto something there, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people want it.
Don't be a
You know
Chonga
what?
chater, you know what
You
I
know
mean?
what? You can order Chongo chowder from the Queso Frisco food truck.
Ooh.
I love it. And speaking of fan artwork, Mike Carey Walper, he made a poster saying, "I'd watch this movie," and it was the wedding attendant planner.
Yes, that was great.
Me and
was awesome.
Gary. I loved it. Let's see here. Anything else? Oh, Derek Liliskoff says, "I've never been more hashtag Team Dawson
Yeah, baby.
than."
Yeah, baby.
Well, then when he made that voice.
That was
and
my Kyle Dunnigan doing Caitlyn Jenner, and it was terrible. It was about as good as Chris's Biggie.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Biggie, not
That's-
Smalley.
Yeah, that's Kermit.
Smalley.
He's Kermit and I'm Biggie all the time.
I'm gay.
Derek says, "I've never been more hashtag Team Dawson than when he correctly stated that beans don't belong in chili."
Exactly. If you look at any can of chili, it will say chili with beans or just chili, and there's no beans.
There you go.
Oh, wow. I
And if
feel
you make
schooled.
any recipe for chili,
Don't put beans in.
I dare you, I challenge you to tell me where beans are in the recipe.
What do you do with beans then? What's your favorite place for
You
beans?
flick them.
I make Portuguese beans.
What's that?
Beans, linguiça.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Well, I got news for you guys. I just came up with a new food product, and it has fucking beans in it.
Is it blue?
It's called Chonga Chili.
Chonga.
You thought Chonga Chowder was good.
Dude, Chonga
Wait till you
chili
try
could be
Chonga
good.
Chili.
Dude.
But
there's
it's
no
only
beans.
served with beans in it, too. That's
You can put-
specific to the Chonga Chili.
I'll tell you what I will allow. What I will allow is you can make them get some refries and put those in the chongas, and then chili. Oh, that would be so good.
I'm just saying, next year's Hot Spoon food
love it.
bracket
I
is just
love
got
it.
a lot more interesting.
Chonga chili, chonga chili all the way.
I hope Fried Turkey Landon's listening closely, slowly acquiring all
my
the
God.
materials we'll need for this.
So good. That would be so good.
I'm down. I would love that.
If someone makes that, I'll definitely put it in my mouth.
Yeah, Chonga chili.
Chonga chili.
We all want it. Somebody put it in our mouth.
Well done.
All right, Mike
Get that drop,
Frizzell.
by the way, Casey.
Mike Frizzell says, according to the Associazione Napolitana, the pizza margherita would be the correct pizza style to judge a pizza place.
Italians.
I love
What?
I love a pizza margherita because It's just the foundation. If you make a good pizza margarita, you can...
So here's the thing. This comes back to Chris arguing that margarita would be the best way to test a pizza place. And if we're talking internationally, I don't necessarily disagree with him. And if we're talking Italy, I 100% agree with him. But we're talking in America, and I was arguing for cheese. I believe you, Matt, were arguing for pepperoni, which I can co-sign as well. I think it's one of those two in this country. I don't think most places in the middle of the country, if you're doing a cross-country road trip, are making a margarita. That's an LA thing.
Then they should learn how to make it.
So what you're saying is that the Italians need to back the fuck out of our pizza ranking, and we'll decide what we think is the official way to try a pizza and what's the
I'll state this again.
One.
Except for you, maybe. I don't know anyone who has told me that they ordered a pizza in Italy and loved it.
I ordered a pizza in Italy
You're the
and
only
loved
one.
it.
You're the only one.
And you know what? I happen to know Mike Frizzell personally, and I know that he too ordered a pizza in Italy.
Oh my God, this is your friend. Fuck, Mike. I know Mike.
Mike's right. I love a Neapolitan, a margarita pizza, and I think that is the right pizza to judge with.
Well, Mike, what I would say is let's go to Dayton and test your theory out.
Yeah. You're not going to find the best pizza there. That's what I'm saying.
But if you need to find the best pizza in Dayton, you got to try a slice of the pepperoni or a slice of the cheese. That's the way it goes in this country.
All right, but okay. All right. That's fine. But does it bother you that I'm just so right about food all the time?
I mean, so far you're
0 for 2 on this
Blue
show.
foods.
On this particular show. Blue food and pizza.
Yeah.
The best thing you can do with food is turn it into shit.
Yeah, and
shit your pants.
And shit your pants.
All right, let's see here. Lastly, Eric Lepore says, I'm kind of shocked that none of the Boba Boys have a kegerator. It's a great addition to any room or bar area. Of all of us, I'm surprised Dawson doesn't have one.
Yeah, I'm married, so that's
Dawson
my
has
excuse.
a bar at his house.
You know, a tap and a kegerator might be a cool idea. The problem is how often do you I mean, I don't know. It just seems like an invitation to drink way too much. I don't need that shit in my house.
That's
Plus,
a good
I
point.
recycle all my cans. And so at least my alcoholism pays me like $100 every 4 months.
Yeah. Aren't you trying to collect the cans here too?
I'd like to install a new can because there's a lot of cans that just go in the recycler and go away.
Yeah, get some dollars.
I mean, that's
for
Chonga
it.
change
Get some
right
Chonga
there.
change.
Yeah.
Remember, I tried
It's
that.
all going to be
it's the
funneled
waste.
back into the budget to buy some claws here for the show.
That's what we should be doing.
There we go.
I did it with
I'd be happy to put all of it towards that. We can get free.
Minus a small fee.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, look at all
I'm
the cans
down.
just
I
on
love
this
it.
console right now.
I mean,
Maybe we can even get Corolla Drinks to put all of their recycling in there.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, those are our
I think
drinks.
that's a great idea.
Actually, that's not fair. That's not fair. They actually
Buy one, bag it. When it's full, I'll throw it in my truck.
I actually have to thank one Lynette Corolla for the very Topo Chicos we are drinking right now.
Ooh.
Thank you.
They drank a few of ours and sent over a case as an apologies. It's very nice. They sent way more than they drank, so thank you guys.
Remember, I worked at an Italian restaurant, and I wanted to do what Dawson did because we were just throwing away all of our wine bottles, all of our olive oil bottles, all the aluminum, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm collecting. So I collected them all one day. I'm just like, get them all in here. I'm gonna put them in my minivan. I had 4 huge bags of glass.
Tricked out minivan?
Dude, my tricked out minivan, loaded them up.
You're throwing dirty cans in your tricked out
Loaded
minivan?
trash
Ew.
bags into there, and I had to pay for it somehow. And I drove to the recycling place, and I'm just dragging these heavy-ass glass bottles filled with glass. And I just set them down. I'm like, how much? How much am I getting for this?
Not that much.
And they open it up, and like, these are all imported. We can't pay you for imported.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's a lie.
That's what they told me, and I
See,
got
my dad-
$0.
My dad worked at a power plant, shift work.
I think I got fruit
Growing
flies.
up.
If anything.
And those guys, not the healthiest guys. There's sodas galore. They drink sodas all the time. And every single week, my dad would bring home an industrial-sized garbage bag of all uncrushed cans. And then me and my brother, that's how we earned money. Like, we had to crush all the cans. And then my dad would take us to recycler, and we got to keep the cash.
Nice.
So dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a cheap way for him not to give us money.
Yeah,
but it instilled in me. I cannot.
I think it touched.
It's like when I see someone just throw a can in the recycler, I'm like, you're just throwing away a penny. You're throwing away a penny right now.
You're assigning value to it. I like that. What about this, Dawson?
I had the same thing, Dawson, because my dad used to have me do that too, and I just one day had to break myself of it. I just couldn't.
I can't.
Yeah.
There's a time when you
I got
balance
a can
it out. Like,
crusher
is
on
it
my door, so I don't have to go through the whole line them up and step on them.
is the juice worth the squeeze sometimes?
It is when you just store the bags of cans and then once every 4 months throw them in the truck and you get $100 and you're like, sweet, I got $100. I'll go buy more beer.
Do you know where that quote's from? Is it juice worth the squeeze? Does?
Now, if you had said, "Is the juice worth the wheeze?"
Oh,
I would have said you got the quote wrong from Encino Man.
yeah, that's wheezing the juice. Yeah. That no, it's from the girl next door.
No, it's from Encino Man.
All right. So anyway, what do you think about this, Dos? Because this is what I've been doing, and you're right. You look at things. There's value to it. The airport. So I travel with a lot of bags to check in, and when we land back in L.A., August and Adam are long gone.
You're fucked. Yeah, every time.
We don't say bye. They don't say bye. They just get off the plane and go home, and I'm stuck carrying these 4 bags. And the Uber situation at LAX is gnarly. Like, you have to take a shuttle, whatever. So I always get the cart. I pay like $5 to get or $7 now for the smart cart.
Yeah.
And you put all the bags on there. And then if you return it, you get a quarter. I never
don't return it.
No, because
that's not worth your time.
I leave it out because I'm like, somebody else is going to want to use it. And sometimes I find free ones and I grab them too. So I think there's like a little community of us that's just like, do not return these. Leave them out after you're done using it.
Right.
And somebody who just landed can just grab it and use it. So we don't have to pay $7 for this.
Let me tell you something
cart.
real quick.
Chris's psychosis goes wide. He's created a community that he's a member of.
Yeah. We're all, yeah.
I like it. So when we came back from Alaska, I had the early flight, and was 11:50. Barely made it to the flight.
Wait, 11:50 p.m.?
Yeah.
That's the early flight.
That was the of all of us.
And it was the only nonstop Anchorage to LAX.
I got you, bro.
Oh, dude, so good. And so, I was 100 yards away from the gate when I was peeing when I hear Michael Dawson. Oh. We need Michael Dawson. And I'm like, fuck. I run a race there. But anyway, when I checked in, I got on the plane. But when I checked in on the kiosk, it said, "Would you like to upgrade to first class for $200?" And I said, fuck yes.
Oh, yeah.
Greatest flight of my life. And then I land, and you land at like 6 a.m. or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And I see 30 people standing underneath the Uber or the shuttle to get to the Uber thing sign. And I look at the sign, and it says, shuttle runs every 7 minutes from 7 a.m. to 2 a.m. And it's 6:10. And I'm like, you guys are fucking, you're just going to fucking stand here. You're going to wait and wait and
for
wait.
over an hour.
Well, they probably run it once every 30 minutes or something. Yeah. And I said, fuck this, I'm walking. It's just across the way.
Yeah.
But, you can't do that with your bags.
No.
Would you take that thing to the Uber lot and just leave it there for someone else?
Well, you don't take.
Or you can't even get it off.
The Uber lot, they're free over there. They have a bunch of them over there. But just in the LAX area, I leave them out. Every airport I go to, I leave it out. If anybody wants to return it, they get a quarter. Or if anybody finds it, enjoy your cart. And that's my community.
There you go.
Of friends. We like each other.
Very kind of you.
All right. Well, anyway, those are our comments. Thank you, everybody, for writing in. You want to do a Shay?
Yeah, sure, man.
Let's do a Shay, and then we could GTFO.
How long have you been going for?
Like an hour.
I don't know. I forgot to start the clock.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It's been like 45.
Tell you what, I'm going to do a 2-part Shay. I'll do part of this.
Ooh.
And I'll do the rest for our Patreon show.
All right. Another day.
That's right.
No! What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, hey, Matt.
What's on the menu?
Well, this week, my wife and I attended the OC County Fair.
Yeah!
It was my very first time going.
Don't say OC County.
Oh, yeah?
That's true. Because that's
Oh no,
it's the
it is
county
the county
fair.
fair, but don't say Orange County Fair.
I get it. But you don't say the O County Fair.
No, you say
Yeah.
the Orange County Fair.
The Orange County Fair.
So the OC Fair.
Listen, it's
I
my
think it
first
is
time
fair.
there.
It
I don't know the lingo that
The
everyone has,
OCCF.
all right?
Yeah. No, it's
But,
the OCCF.
Usually I go into the L.A. County Fair, but there was no L.A. County Fair this year. There was no L.A. County Fair last year.
That's not fair.
My thoughts exactly. So my wife and I decided to spend the day at the Orange County Fair.
Who?
There you go. Said it right that time.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you about some of the things I ate. Just a couple, though. I'm just going to tease it. Before we left, I like to look up what are the highlights. What am I looking for?
Dick-shaped foods.
Definitely type in what are the best dick-shaped foods to have at the fair.
Right.
What you
And
end up with is the
corn
craziest
dogs,
stuff, right? At least that's what I ended up with.
yeah, I just want stuff that's like, it's got to
Notable.
be in the genre of fair food. I don't want just your average. I don't want to get a slice of pizza. I
Right,
want something
right,
crazy. And I saw that there was a place that was called Poppy's Puffy Tacos.
Okay.
What?
Respect all women.
That doesn't really?
Really is what it's called.
Oh, really?
Really?
I've seen it.
Poppy's Puffy
And it
Tacos.
won like the best fair food. Now, granted,
sounds
this was
great.
from some OC Register, some local newspaper kind of thing.
Sure.
Hey,
Some untrustworthy source.
fuck out of here.
No.
It's our paper of record.
All right.
Don't fucking talk down to me from Pasadena.
You could choose between the carnitas or the asada. I went for the
What do you
carnitas.
read? The Pasadena Gazette?
Sometimes I do. Now, apparently, what made the puffy taco so puffy is that the taco shell
Dawson,
was
for your segment, Puffy.
a little bit deep fried.
That's my friend.
That's good. But here's the thing. It was not.
that's great.
It was not puffy enough. It just basically was like a regular crunchy taco.
You need a little more puff.
Want a little more puffy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was good, but it was sort of a strange way to start the day. What's up, Gary?
I'm just laughing because I've already gotten this review. This was the way I met you at the fair. I got a live review from you and your wife at the same time. Of
You were
how-
there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh.
And we met up.
It was going to be
Eh.
part of my tease for the Patreon episode, but I guess the
Fuck you
cat's
want
out of
from
the
me?
bag now.
What do you want from me?
Well, before I met up with Gary, we did have some dick-shaped food for Dawson.
Good.
Now, I told you
Wait,
guys...
I want to hear more about this puffy taco.
Oh,
Did you-
yeah.
Did you go up to
What-
the
what was the
cashier and go,
meaning there?
look, I know you got puffy tacos, but I got something better for you. And you lean in and you go, Chonga chili.
Yeah, I wish I had thought of it then. It wasn't in my mind at that moment, Chris.
Just pitch him Chonga chowder.
Here's the thing. When you go to the fair, it's not like going to a regular food truck where the person who's making and serving the food is the one who put their blood, sweat, and tears into this into this project. It's just a bunch of people in bright orange staff t-shirts who are just sweating and stressed the fuck out trying to figure out how the cash registers work and stuff.
Yeah.
So I wasn't
Seasonal.
about to be like, excuse me, Mark Cuban just left, but I've got several ideas for you, young lady.
And by the way, it was extra complicated this year because they were all cashless, which is probably the first time that's ever happened at a fair, and it meant longer
They
lines.
said that, but people are using cash all day.
Oh, I saw that, and I think that's like a racket. I think that those people are just pocketing that cash.
Oh. Hey, look.
Dude, anybody-
Just like the airport people. Just palm
Any
them a
fair
little,
vendor.
little cash, baby.
Just saying.
Any fair vendor prefers cash because they do not have to fucking report it.
Right.
They can report a lot less.
Right.
But if there's a digital receipt of the money you're making, you can't hide that from the government.
Right.
I'd never said this. I don't hide money.
We're good.
I don't
Sure.
work for cash. No, I'm kidding.
Save it for the Patreon show. We have Habeas Brobus there.
Pocket transaction. That's right.
Now, before I mention, is there more you want to hear about the puppy tacos? It was okay. It just was kind of like
What kind
a
of meat?
taco.
Carnitas.
We did the carnitas.
carnitas is good.
You choose that over asada a lot?
His wife
Here's the
had-
thing.
his
I was
wife-
sharing it with my wife, and she is not as big a fan of the red meat.
I will say that from the
That's why you had the other white meat.
Yeah.
from the sheaf fondue that I got from her, Julie was more disappointed than Matt is being. Is that the
Yeah.
first time anyone said your wife's name? Sorry.
No, it's come up.
Okay. Sorry.
Say it all the time.
Yeah.
I like sheaf fondue.
That's good.
That's really
That is
good.
Yeah.
Before I mention the next item that we had, one of the things that was special about the fair when we went this past weekend was they had a llama exhibit.
Oh my God! I thought you meant llama like food.
Was there?
I was like, hey, llama?
Was there a mama llama?
There was a mama llama. That's very good. They had a llama agility course with like ramps and tunnels, and they had like people taking these llamas through these courses and like timing it with a judge.
Really?
A llama rama, if you will.
It was a llama rama, and
Loxamana should have been
we
there.
saw several llama compete, and we saw one who knocked it out of the park, who just went through the entire course. And I told Julia that we just saw the LeBron James of competitive alpacas.
I would have said, alpaca up.
That's good.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Now, I mentioned on our last Patreon show that my wife and I went to the 626 Night Market, big food festival, and we spent our entire line trying to get
Other food.
ghost dicks,
Yes.
which was like, it's supposed to be this deep fried cheese thing, and it was awful.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
So you got to try it again.
So we definitely needed to try a different cheese on a stick.
Different dick-shaped food.
A different dick-shaped food. And much like the hot dog on a stick, they also make, wait for it, cheese on a stick.
Ah.
Now, you could choose between American and pepper jack. I personally would have gone for pepper jack, but happy wife, happy life. She wanted the American. That's fine.
Do you get any decisions?
No.
Sure. I'm here, aren't I? So I was understandably a little hesitant to have just a deep fried cheese stick.
Dude, so awesome.
It's awesome. I love it.
Especially
I
after
go
the
for the American, too.
Deep fried and battered.
after
real
the
American.
after the ghost
I
sticks
eat the
experience,
cheese.
I was just thinking,
Yeah, you're
there's no way this is going to be good.
Right.
Thrown off. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I obviously
Put
don't
on.
need to tell you guys that it is fucking delicious
You
if it's
don't.
done right.
Yeah.
And it was a lot like a grilled cheese.
Yeah.
More things need to be
It's
battered
breaded.
in corn dog batter. Like,
Sure.
There's too few things. We got
Yeah.
anything that's deep fried. Try it in corn dog batter too.
Well,
Deep fry it and shape it like a dick.
Well, again, we've talked about this for a few weeks now. The pool food market is, needs to be tapped into. And we've decided already foods on sticks are great. And I would argue even further, something that's dipped in fried in corn batter, it's not going to spill into the pool.
Yeah.
You
Do
know,
it.
that's great pool
Are they?
food.
Why aren't they doing that with like brats and Italian sausages and things? They should deep fry that in corn dog batter. More things
That
need to
would
be
be
in corn dog
good,
batter.
dude. That would be
That would be
good.
great.
Yeah.
There's our new restaurant idea, Mr. Cuban.
Yeah. Deep fry
good.
this.
Either that,
Yeah.
Dawson, we could even do Keeney.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know what that is. I know what zucchini is. I
Yeah?
know what a zook is.
Dude.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up here, but let me just tease for Patreon. I met up with one of the other panelists on the water cooler. And I'm not going to tell you which one that it was.
What?
But we met up at a certain point, and
Insomnia.
we had a couple meals together.
Meals.
We went to
huh?
one
I
place.
am-
We went to one place
We
together.
shared one dish.
We shared one dish.
I am intrigued at who this could be.
Well, I'm going to tease it. You don't know who it is.
Yeah.
No, don't know who it is, especially
have-
since he just said we shared one dish.
But you have
I
to
have no
subscribe
idea.
to Patreon to find out.
You have to
Right.
find out not only who it was.
Right.
You have to
It's
find
an
out not
undisclosed
only
person named Gary.
who it was,
Oops, sorry.
but also what we ate.
I love it.
And
I love it.
if there's time, I have another pretty funny thing that I saw at the fair, but I don't know if we'll have time for that, so we'll see.
Oh,
But until
yeah,
then,
we'll have time for
you
that.
I
have
don't
to
know. We'll
have time
find
for it.
out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Until then,
Yeah.
don't you dare play that outro. I saw you reaching for it. We save it.
Maybe Bed Bath and Beyond. We may not have enough time.
That's what's on the menu.
Yeah. All right. I can't wait for the part 2 of that, Shay. And just let's close off any mystery.
Yep.
I need some closure, baby. All right, let's get our plugs in. I'll start over here. Usually it's Kaylin sitting in that seat, but it's Gary today.
Yeah.
Gary, what do you suggest we check out?
I have no idea. I'm not prepared to go first.
Yeah, this is weird, huh? You don't have anything?
No, there's stuff, but I just am not prepared for this line of questioning, and I'm going to say just here and now that I resent it.
So I wonder maybe that's why Kaylin never has good responses because he
objects.
goes first.
Gary
He doesn't
goes
have. I
objects.
catch him off guard.
It's not a good feeling.
Should we just not worry about you?
No.
What about that Patreon thing that we do and like those movie things that we talk about and like
Yeah.
that meetup
All
thing
out.
that we're
It's
doing?
definitely
and-
that's a good one. I would say go to patreon.com/watercooler. And if you join that Mallow Money tier, we're going to do the meetup.
Chonga change.
If you join the movie night, we're doing that next week, and it's going to be an undisclosed movie picked by Dawson and revealed to us all live on the air.
Yeah.
That'll be a lot of fun. So
Plus, you get 2 episodes a week, for Christ's sake.
Right, and if you get video, you can see Matt get super excited about 25 minutes ago when Chris told him he had that weird drink.
Yeah.
I blushed. I actually blushed.
Patreon.com/watercooler.
Yes. All right, Matt, what about you?
I have a show for you guys. It's called Sword and Scale Rewind.
Yeah.
It's a after show of a popular true crime show called Sword and Scale, and I'm one of the co-hosts. I do it with another guy named Ian Bagg, and we also have the show's creator on a lot. His name is Mike Boudet. And the three of us just break down the episodes of Sword and Scale. It's pretty fucking funny. We also have a very talented animator who's been animating clips of us every week. I've been posting them. You can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier. But ultimately, we'd love for people to subscribe. Sword and Scale Rewind. It's pretty fun. We talk about murder and laugh about it, and then I feel bad about it, but it's still fun.
Love it. Love it. Sword and Scale Rewind. Get it. Dawson.
Have I got a show for you? It's called Sword and Scale Rewind. I host it with Ian Bagg.
Wow.
Fucking, it's weird that we have the same show.
Yeah. You guys are playing the same thing.
I got another show for you. Austin, Texas, this Friday night at WTF Ice House. My entire band is getting on a plane at 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. We land in Austin at 1:30. We hit the stage at 9 p.m. at WTF Ice House, 701 West 6th Street. And then we fly home the next day.
Get to the airport early.
It's fun. Oh, Burbank, baby.
Yeah, okay.
Direct. Not effing around.
Love it.
Gonna get some P. Terry's. But seriously, the show's free. They don't charge, as you really can't in Austin because there's live music everywhere. And it's an ice house. It's an outdoor venue type.
That rules.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's awesome.
And the more people that we can get to show up there, the better chance that we will be invited back. And my goal is to have the next gig booked by the time I leave on Friday night.
Nice.
So come out, WTF Ice House this Friday night in Austin.
Come out
wherever
Austin. You are.
Come out, wherever you are.
And then for my plug, if you're in the Long Beach area this weekend, I'll be at Marina Wine playing acoustic shows this Friday, the 23rd, and Saturday, the 24th, 7 to 10 p.m. And then I'm also playing at the Pike Bar Restaurant July 30th with a band and the Prospector July 31st. All right, that'll do it for Watercooler. Thank you so much to everybody for tuning in. We're so happy that you listen and contribute. We appreciate you, and we'll see you later this week. We love you. Bye.